Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. It is Saturday. Well, it's Sunday when you guys are seeing this, but I'm deeming this weekend a spring getting my life together reset weekend, and I'm so excited. And today is a goal check-in, reevaluating my goals, probably honestly changing up my goals just because last month or two obviously haven't been the greatest, and I kind of feel like I veered a little off track with my goals, and that's totally okay. Like, I've just been in survival mode and that's life. And then tomorrow is going to be a fun little fresh start vlog. You guys will see that on Tuesday, all about just a day of building back in those healthy habits in a sustainable way. So I'm really excited, but I wanted to sit down this morning and take you guys along, and we're just gonna have a chatty little quick check-in. Feel free to take out your yearly, monthly goals and do a little check-in yourself, kind of see where we're at, and have a little bit of a motivational, maybe pep talk, because like I said in the beginning of this video, I saw an article that said 80% of people give up on their goals by February. So I want to kind of take you guys along in case you're like me and you kind of feel like you veered a little off track but haven't really given up on your goals, because I think the process is so much more important than the end result, and we cannot give up just when things kind of get tough. So I'm super excited. So grab your beveragina. I have a little iced coffee. I've got the flowers here. I'm in a little spring get up. It is so nice out today. You can probably tell by my mood, honestly. It's really sunny and everything is melting, and I'm just feeling so good. So I've got my journals here. I'm gonna open my laptop, and honestly, let's just jump into it. I love these just super chatty hangout kind of videos. And if you guys are watching this, maybe you just want to honestly check in on your goals, or maybe you're just kind of feeling like you also need to get back on track on your goals. And I just want to remind you that if you're sitting here thinking man, I just haven't accomplished anything yet, you've probably accomplished more than you think you have, because that honestly always seems to be the case. We're just really hard on ourselves. But also, what matters in the end isn't always hitting your goal, but how you power through to get to them, right? Let's say one of my big goals was to hit 150K on YouTube. I hit that, I don't know when. Let's manifest it's gonna happen I don't know, July or something, right? Of course I'm gonna be so excited to hit it, but in all honesty, I'm gonna look back and be wow, I persevered through so many times of hardship and struggles, and I didn't give up even though there was bumps along the way. And I truly think that sometimes the process is just more important than the goal. This morning I was I really don't want to check in on my goals, because I feel I really, like I said, just have not been as motivated and as disciplined as I could be. But then this is what kind of fueled the fire, ignited the spark, was I thought about how excited I was at the end of last year and the beginning of this year to sit down and brainstorm all of the ways that I can hit my goals and just dream of how 2023 is going to be. And I was you know what, that's what today is going to be. Today is going to be kind of not a second chance, but I tried to kind of get that same momentum and feeling going of let's pretend it's the start of a new year again, and how fired up you were to sit down and write down your goals. Let's get that same feeling going in on our goals. And one thing that helps too is I'm going into it with no expectations. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh my god, I was really good and I hit all those goals so far, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I've accomplished nothing. I'm gonna go into it with a neutral mindset, see where it takes us. Go in with no expectations. One thing that I spent a little bit of time doing this morning was I just kind of reassessed my goals, and I'll take you guys through the old goals and then the new goals page and show you guys what I did. But I think it's important, and you're not gonna be able to do this unless you have trial and error. What kind of goals person are you? Are you someone who likes small achievable goals and then you build yourself up to the harder goals? Or are you someone who likes a lot of one-time goals or ongoing goals? Or do you like those really hard goals and you're very self-motivated and self-disciplined? You kind of have to figure out who you are. Maybe you want a mix of all of them. It is okay to change your goals. It's okay to modify your goals. It's okay to scrap your goals, and it's okay to make new goals, okay? I don't know why as a society we feel like we have to stick with what's not working for us. We are getting rid of that mentality in 2023. It's also okay to say that you were a little too ambitious and you set a goal that was a little harder than anticipated. You can go two routes with that. You can keep pushing through and try and accomplish that goal and go for it and give it your all, or like I said, it's okay to just create a new goal that might be a bit more reasonable to you and have that snowball effect of once I accomplish a lot of small goals, I'll feel more motivated to accomplish those big goals. And yeah, some of my goals are great, some of them were too complicated, some of them I was a little bit too ambitious about, and that's honestly life. So let's check in on the old goals page, and then I'll take you guys to the new one and kind of show you guys what I'm changing up. Okay, so this is my old goal page, and there's not really anything wrong with it necessarily. I like a lot of the goals that I set, but for me, one thing I need to distinguish between is what is a habit and what is a goal. Some of these I just moved, which you guys will see on the new page, that they like, yes, they're goals. I don't really know how to explain it, but to me, they're like more of habits. Like, keep up mindful spending mindset. Like, yes, that's something I want to do throughout the year, but that's more of a habit to me than a goal that I can just check. I mean, yes, you can check it off, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I had like, you know, a nice little morning this morning, and I sat on the couch and I just went through my goals and was like, what do I want to change? You know, I feel like it almost takes like a quarter. We're kind of coming to the end of quarter one to really figure out what's working for you and what's not. You know, some of these I can take off, like track expenses or finding more self-care, and it's okay to reevaluate your goals. So I really went through all of these, and if you haven't seen them before, here's my goals. I have a whole video on it in case you're curious. Thing is, I had a lot of like one-time goals, which is totally fine. I kind of struggle to find ways to achieve those instead of like year-long goals. Like, let's say saving $10,000, that's something I know that like I have to put XYZ amount of money aside a month. But something like, you know, go to a space launch, that to me is like a bit more of a struggle because I don't really know when and where is the right place to start working on that goal. So I really struggle with those one-time goals, which is something I kept in mind. So let's go to my new goal page, which I have to still rename. Same banner, same everything. I'm just gonna kind of take this out and put good maybe, just so I can distinguish for now before I delete the other one. But first of all, one thing I did was I put the checkbox instead of the toggle, which to me is just like a little bit more satisfying. I did also write them down in my journal, which I'll take you guys through after. But I did change a few little things and just kind of move some stuff around, and also just add some new goals, and that's totally okay. I'll kind of go through these after with you guys, but then down here I wrote 2023 habits to work on. So continue to be healthy and well. To me, that's more of a habit. Find more self-soothing habits, more present in the evenings with Matt, spend Sundays off of social media, etc. I have to clean this up a little bit still. So let's go through and kind of see where we're at and how we're feeling on some of these goals. So 150K in net biz income, which net is what I make after gross. I should not say income. I should change that to revenue, because there's a difference between revenue and income. Revenue is how much your business makes. Income is how much you're making from the business. And I'm not making that, like, I'm not taking much out of the business right now. So I'm gonna change the wording on that. 10K in TFSA. I had originally written max it out, which I have never maxed out my TFSA before, so I actually have a really big amount of contribution room because I have every yearly contribution room until now, which I can probably pull up the exact amount and I'll share that with you guys maybe in another video. But I'm someone who just like needs that number goal. So it's 6,500 this year, but because I have like, I don't know, let's say I have like $60,000 of contribution room because it's like I haven't invested in my TFSA before last year. I put 10K. I thought that was a good amount to invest and like a good solid number to work towards. Whereas like something like max out investments, to me, that's not something that I find easy to work on, because I'm like, well, what is it again? You know, having that tangible number in front of me really helps. Get a raise or promotion or both. Stay tuned for that. I have a meeting on Monday, so have my little performance assessment and incorporate the business. I've actually already done that, so I can check a yearly goal off, which is exciting. That was a really big goal of mine, to do the research. I met with my, you know, I was gonna say my legal team. I don't have a legal team, my accountants, to see if that was the best choice for me. And it was really a big process, but it's something I had to do fairly quickly in order to maximize like my year of business. So that is really exciting. And also, if you haven't hit a yearly goal yet, that's totally okay. It's literally only March, okay? Just a reminder. Read 100 books. I actually don't even know where I am with that. And see, this is a good time for me to reflect and, you know, also think about what are some daily habits that I can do to be better. So I've been really, really bad lately about scrolling TikTok at night, which not only is affecting my reading goal. I love to read. Reading is so good for my mental health, but it's also affecting my sleep. When I scroll on TikTok for hours, I don't get a good night's sleep. So this is just a good reminder of like, okay, a good opportunity to find a time to put your phone down and prioritize reading more in the evenings again. And it's like a little bit of a refresher. This year I've read 15 books so far, which is really, really good. Don't get me wrong. This is just a good reminder that, okay, I probably need to fix my bedtime routine. Read 2 fantasy series. That is a new goal that I have. I'm really hoping to, and I mean, they can be any length of books. It could be like the Throne of Glass series, which has like a bajillion books in it, or it could be something like the Caraval, which I think is a trilogy. But I do want to read 2 series, go to 2 concerts, take more photos with loved ones. Okay, that's great. I changed this. Before it said learn how to play pickleball or tennis, but I really want to play pickleball, so I put that there. Try one new workout class a month, move my body for 30 to 40 minutes a day, and close my loops daily. Just got a little bit more specific with my goals. Travel, get hosted by Disney. I'm manifesting that it happens. We're gonna get there, okay? We're already working with Disney in some capacity, so the next step would be to like get completely hosted. Fingers crossed. Visit a new Disney park. I took off the Europe goal just because I don't think it's gonna happen this year, honestly. Visit one new Canadian province. I am supposed to go to Nunavut in April, so that'll be exciting, and hopefully I can cross that off then. Go to two new US cities. I'm really hoping to try and plan a little weekend to Austin, and then we're actually going to Savannah, Georgia for our anniversary because we're working with a hotel, so that's super exciting. Spend 1 weekend a month at the cottage. That is a really big priority for us. Last year we had the renovations, and so we didn't really go up to the cottage at all, and that's something that we really love doing, to just unwind and recharge and reset and kind of have a little bit of a slow living weekend. So that is a big priority for us. And then take Matt to a launch, but I should change that to say a space launch. Business. Okay, get invited on a brand trip, hit 100K on YouTube. I go back and forth between if I want to put 100 and 150. I think I'm gonna put 150 though. I think it could be achievable. Hit 30K on Instagram, sign 5 5-figure brand deals, collaborate with a brand on a product, have 20K average views on videos, and then attend a movie premiere. So like I said, some of these are one-off, like going to a launch, attending a movie premiere, whereas some of these, hit 30K followers on Instagram, you know, requires some sub-steps and some habits, like posting consistently, posting reels, and all that stuff. Okay, and then the home section, I'm actually going to scrap this because I actually made a whole little page, which I can show you guys, because to me, the home, there's just like, the house has so many priorities, right? Sorry, I'm jumbled for words. The home, our house, I know I keep saying the home, like it's the homestead, is our biggest priority right now. And I've made a whole page for that because honestly, that is just where I want to put all of my attention, my focus, and my money into right now, is making this house a home. So I feel like I should change the 2023 goal to be like just, I don't know, I want to be specific, but I don't really know what to do and to put as the goal. So I just made a whole page of projects that we can do. And some of these we've obviously started and finished. Like I can check this stuff off. And it just kind of gives us an idea of like what our next project is going to be. We're trying to kind of do a project a quarter. So I was like, you know what, let's make it a whole page. Because once again, having like a make this house a home as our goal, I'm like, okay, but where do I start? What's next? What do I do? I'm really someone that needs it broken down. So Matt and I actually sat down the other day and talked about our 3 main priorities for this year for the house. I think it's really important when you're like renovating an older house to have a lot of check-ins, because you could have totally different priorities. Like I want a new dining table set and Matt wants to do something completely different, right? So I think it's really important to kind of not just get on the same page, but talk about what each other wants and be able to compromise. Let's say we have 3 projects we each want to do and one of them is the same. So let's say then we can take one from each of our priorities and then we can kind of compromise. So dining room, we're gonna do a little accent wall here because Matt's in his molding era. So that this year hopefully, and then I really want to do a new dining table and chairs, and then hopefully a rug for under the table. Living room, we just really need to figure out what to do with the back wall where the couch is. Bedroom, Matt is going to make the closet system just look a bit more built in because we have a little gap on each side. So that's one of his projects. I want to do my bathroom. I want to do like a little DIY renovation. Office, that's probably what's going to happen in the next month or 2 as I'm moving back into the smaller room. And then miscellaneous projects. So we want to do the entryway. That's probably our next big project. We're just waiting for the packs to come back in stock. Finish the flooring on stairs, maybe paint, replace staircase, upstairs carpet, and cute lamp in kitchen. So these are just like little miscellaneous projects to work on, but I think this really helps, especially with a house that's a bit, I wouldn't say we have a fixer-upper, but we just have an older house that we want to modernize. Really helps to kind of have everything in one spot. So that is a little update on the goals. I guess we could, do a check-in too on our March goals and kind of see where we're at, because it is going to be the 12th when you guys see this, and I think it's really important to check in on your monthly goals as well, right? Those big yearly goals you've broken down. before the end of the month, because there's nothing like getting to like the 25th of the month and being like, shit, I have made literally zero progress on my goals. Whereas if you check in like maybe the first week or so, you know, you have time to make an action plan. So let's check in on those March goals and see. Finish the bedroom makeover. We did plan our trip to New York City. I have been a really good friend. I'm really proud of myself. I've been carving out like 30 minutes at the end of every day to reply to my text messages. I am having a date day with my mom this coming week, which I'm excited about. I'm gonna take out host family dinner because we're actually gonna host Easter, which is in early April. Once again, it's totally okay to just reevaluate your goals and change them. Have a solo date day. I did not do that, but I planned on it. You guys saw the vlog. I was like so excited to have a solo date day, and then I got depressed. So it will happen. And then one date night outside of the house. Try an intermediate to advanced hot yoga class. Okay, so this is where it's a good thing to check in for my goals, because it is the 12th of the month right now, and I have not done, well, actually I've done a Pilates class, so I can check that off, but I'm like, okay, I need to look at my calendar and I need to basically do one class a week now to hit that goal for the end of the month. Keep up with my tretinoin. I've been doing great with that. Keep up with 1 coffee a day, 2 sometimes as a treat. Good with that. And then create a list of coping techniques for my depression and anxiety. I haven't done that, but that's something that I could do today to get me ahead on my goals, because I think it's really important, especially when you're kind of trying to get back on track, is to pick a few easy ones so you can get that momentum going again. 2 times a week, Instagram Reels and TikToks. I've been on fire with that, but this is just a good reminder to keep that up. 2 times a week, IG and feed posts. Have I been good with that? I have. I've been doing really good. When's the first day of March? Yeah, I've been so good. Okay, so far I've posted 3 reels and an in-feed post, so I love that. Wrap up Q1 bookkeeping. I still need to do that. Once again, it's a good reminder. Okay, let me set aside a morning to do that. I always like to make it fun and go to a coffee shop, and then make a list of dream brands to work with for Q2 and Q3. Still need to do that, but I'll kind of bundle that with my bookkeeping and just have like a grinded out work morning. Finances, 500 in TFSA, check. I did that this morning. 500 in RSP, I will do that next payday, and then spend $250 on groceries. We did do a little impulsive Costco grocery haul, so I don't know if we're gonna hit that, but I think we could, because we are going to New York City for a weekend, so I have a feeling that we might, I don't know, we'll see. I think we can do it though. Once again, this is just a good reminder to maybe check in on my, you know, budget and see where we're at for the spending so far. Home. Paint spare bedroom, haven't done that yet. Start brainstorming office makeover, did that. I did not have an IKEA run, but I'm gonna do that for my second spring reset video. And then create a better closet clothing system, I did that. So yay. I also feel like if you're someone that makes monthly goals and you've kind of maybe not had a good last week or so, or even a good first week in the month, it's really great to check in on your goals, because sometimes you realize you achieve more than you thought you did. And also sometimes you haven't achieved anything, and that is totally okay. That is totally normal. Literally up until yesterday, I hadn't achieved any of these, but I put money into my TFSA and, you know, I did a little Pilates class at home. I always feel a little bit better once I've done a goal check-in, even if I haven't accomplished anything yet, just because I know where to start now. And I've said this in some of my other videos, but if you're trying to kind of get back on track, you're trying to get the momentum going again, I feel like there's a few ways you can do it. One of my favorite things to do is to pick an easy and a hard goal to do that day. I like to pair easy with hard. I'm just a reward person, it works for me. Or I did this in a past video, but I would break down 3 things I'm gonna do towards my goals every day and switch it up so that you have something different every day. That really helps me as well. And I'm just feeling, honestly, a little bit better, and I'm excited, and this is kind of giving me that momentum that I need to kind of get back on track and get working towards those goals. I feel like remembering the intent behind your goals is really important. Sometimes I feel like we just set goals because other people are setting them on social media, but we really need the why factor in a goal to help us reach those goals, right? Like the why is really the most important reason towards your goals. For example, you know, I set that goal of getting up at 6:30 a few times a week, and like, yes, I've done it once in a while and it feels nice, but I have no why. I was just doing it because everyone else was doing it, and I was falling short on that goal. And I'm not saying, okay, you should just give up on a goal then, but for me, I was really sitting there and I was like, why did I even set this as a goal? Like, that's not something I want to do. I'm not a morning person. It's just not worth it to me, you know? And I don't want you to think that you should just give up on all your goals, but I think it's really important to go through your goals and figure out your why, because at the end of the day, your why is going to be what motivates you and what gives you that discipline and that drive when you don't want to work on your goals. For example, if we just like run through some of my goals to give you, you know, some whys just to get you guys thinking. Why do I want to invest 10K into my TFSA? I want to invest into my TFSA so that I can set myself up for retirement. And why do I want to raise or promotion? Because I work my ass off at my job and I think that I'm worthy of it. Why do I want to read 100 books? Because reading is really good for my mental health and I really enjoy reading. And I want to move my body for 30 to 40 minutes a day because it makes me feel good. It helps my mental health and I love the feeling after moving my body. You get the point, but I think the why behind it is really important and you can do just that. Like sometimes I will sit here and I will literally go through every goal and say the why out loud, manifest it, bring it into the world. I think it is such a great little exercise to do. Like I said, I think one of the easiest ways to like kickstart is to take 1 or 2 things that you can do today, either 2 easy things, you need to get the momentum going, 1 easy, 1 hard thing you can do, and really figure out like how can I, or tomorrow, it doesn't have to be today, like no judgment here, what am I gonna do to get me closer to those goals? It can be a fun goal. Like today, I'm gonna carve out 30 to 40 minutes and I'm gonna sit down, put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I'm going to read my book uninterrupted and create a better bedtime routine, put my phone away at 9 p.m. and then just read for the remainder of the night, right? Make sure that I go for a walk so that I'm closing my loops and I'm moving my body for 30 to 40 minutes a day. 30K followers on Instagram, okay, maybe I'm gonna post a really fun Instagram reel today, or maybe I'm gonna take a cute Instagram picture or just browse Pinterest for some inspiration, right? And then the last thing I wanted to do was just go through my journal. This is a custom papier journal, which is so funny because they actually sent me a PR package as well, but I love it. It says dreams, goals, and more. And then on the top it says, come on kid, it's your dream. And this is why I love doing things on Notion though, because I wrote down my 2023 goals before I changed them, but it's fine. It's not a huge deal. I'm a very visual person, so I find it very satisfying to like cross off little numbers. So I'm actually gonna go grab a pencil and cross off another circle because I invested some more money into my TFSA, like I said. Here we have the financial goals. And like I said, I'm a very visual person, so this helps me so much, but I'm just gonna circle in 2 of these little circles because I invested $1,000 this month. It's really motivating to me in itself because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm almost halfway there. This makes me kind of want to hustle a little harder. And if you're visual like me, I highly recommend just doing some of these little trackers. I find them really motivating. I know that February was a smaller growth month, which is totally fine. It's all about the ebbs and flows. That is totally life, but I'm going to update that. In February, I gained 992 subscribers, which is amazing. That's still 992 new friends on here, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And then we'll do our AdSense for the month, which my AdSense was a little bit lower than usual, but that's kind of expected, especially because January is usually such a kind of fiery month with all of the New Year's content. So I still made $4,777. Honestly, if I made $100, I would still be so happy. I'm just very, very grateful for the additional income. So that's exciting. But yeah, I feel like writing in my journal is a really motivating way for me to kind of keep going. All right, you guys, last thing I wanted to share was this little bingo card that I made on Canva. You can just look up like bingo templates, and I put some of my 2023 goals on there to like make it fun, and I'm gonna print it out, but I'm out of colored ink right now. But I wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's a really fun way to spice up your goals. Alrighty guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you did a little goal check-in while I did mine. I'd love to hear how your 2023 goals are going, and your March goals, of course. Monthly goals are just as important. And yeah, let me know if you guys kind of like these more chatty sit down, play it in the background while you're kind of checking in on your goals kind of videos. I've been aiming to do 1 goal related video a month, so I've been really loving those. But I hope you guys have a great Sunday when you're watching this, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.